think what's most impressive is this average engagement rate for the promoted trends that he ran. On Twitter, we see very high engagement rates, 1 to 3% engagement rate. Banner ad on the internet is less than 1%. Other social platforms also see very low engagement rates. We think that's because, one, the way our ads are served, this native ad format is in your stream. It's not off to the side. It's not hidden. It's in your timeline. And second, because of our interest graph, we like to say that you are who you follow, and you are what you tweet. So we can tell a lot about you, even if we don't know your name or any personal information, based upon the accounts you follow and things that you tweet about. We can learn what you're interested in. So we're sending you very relevant messages, very relevant ads. So you can see that was certainly the case with Obama, who saw this amazing success. Chris Choi, another strategist with Obama, said for rapid response, there was no comparison to Twitter. It was the platform for rapid response. So we close when we meet with political campaigns and candidates and organizations with some action items, some tips on getting started. The first is to grow your audience with promoted accounts. The more people that opt in to follow you, the more people are going to hear your message and potentially be your advocate. The second is to think about running promoted tweets in search. If someone is searching on Twitter for the name of your candidate or party or issue that you're associated with, you want to make sure that your promoted tweet is the top thing, is similar to traditional search advertising, Google, Bing. You want to engage with promoted tweets featuring real-time and rich media content. So think about your best tweets, the ones that are relevant, the ones that have a photo, video, infographic, promote those. Next, you want to promote those and reach specific interest groups, people who will find it interesting. So if you've got a great photo and a great story about football, you can promote that into the timelines of people who are interested in football. Maybe they already follow those players or follow that team. You can make sure that they're seeing that relevant content. And then finally, this is just general advice. Make sure you're responding to users, to your readers, to your supporters. When they tweet you, they want to know there's a person there, that there's somebody reading their tweets and occasionally responding to them, forming this relationship. And then, of course, as you were discussing before, this is a bonus tip. Think about these promoted trends. Even news organizations we saw in the U.S. bought these on big debate days and leading up to the election. Yahoo Politics bought one, YouTube Politics bought one. There are going to be key moments in the calendar that you want your message at the very top. And for campaigns and for movie studios and auto manufacturers, they want to own that day. And that's what we see. So that is our little talk here. So we believe that Twitter is a global town square. It's a place where everybody can have a voice and everybody can share information. And as a town square, it's obviously very effective for politics, which is why we're here. Gracias. Thank you. Now we're happy to take questions.
¿Puedo preguntar en castellano? En Estados Unidos las campañas suelen ser más, se contestan los candidatos unos a otros. En Argentina no hay una tradición sobre eso. Y lo que se ve también en las campañas es que no hay promoción de debates. ¿Sirve entonces Twitter tanto en Argentina como en una campaña estadounidense?
Tina, but I am following the president and a few other people, and I'm encouraged at how they've taken to Twitter, and certainly are using it in a personal way, which is good. I think they're showing what they're doing, what they're interested in, and giving you this human side, which I think is good. I think this is one of the recommendations that we're making, which is just to encourage political parties and candidates to engage more, not just with one another, but with citizens.
Eso es correcto. Lo que nos apuntaba más que nada es que los candidatos por lo general tienden a hacer sus speeches de campaña, sus 3 mensajes claves, y no ocurre como en Estados Unidos que parte de la campaña es también atacar al otro y contestarle. O sea, somos un poco más aburridos. La literatura.
I don't think it's so boring, but I think you'll see more of that. I think through the meetings that we've had, everyone's very interested in that challenge, which is how do you respond when the other candidate or the other opponent tweets about you. Some of them want to respond themselves, some of them maybe want a different account or a staff member to respond, but that's all their individual strategy. So I think you'll see more of that. Beautiful moments happen on Twitter when you or I can watch the interaction between 2 stars, celebrities, politicians that wouldn't normally be in the room. You know, occasionally you see really interesting comments. Bill Clinton talking to Warren Buffett, or talking to William Shatner, Star Trek. William Shatner was tweeting with a guy, an astronaut. It was great. And you're at home meeting with Captain Kirk talking to Admiral, maybe an astronaut. So I think you'll start to see that. We certainly are encouraged.
What is your opinion about fake accounts? Sometimes try to promote the competition, at least in Argentina, it's usual. You see fake accounts saying the same stuff at the same moment.
We discourage it. We don't think it's a great user experience. We encourage the campaigns to grow their followers the right way, which is by using exclusive content, using social media, of course using our promoted products will help them get quality followers. And on the back end, we do have an algorithm that sweeps through and occasionally will get rid of it. So you'll see that sometimes. You'll see your followers go down. So we recognize that as a poor user experience, and we do our best to because again, another thing that's important, I think, is number of followers is important, but engagement is more important. I think, and you do have this, occasionally people just want those followers, but if they're not good, high-quality followers that aren't engaging with you, then it's not very good. The Romney campaign said that Obama had more followers, but engagement per follower was higher than Romney because people were more active. So that was important.
What would you suggest in case of some kind of political crisis? I don't know, for example, when Mitt Romney was attacking some point of Obama's administration.
I think Twitter is the perfect medium for this because it's real time and you're reaching influential people. And one thing that we say about Twitter in the U.S. is that even people who are not on Twitter see tweets because it's in the newspaper, it's on TV, so it's a great way to get your message out. I think the most important thing, though, is to respond in real time because if you don't, silence is deafening. And we saw this with a couple races in the United States. There were a couple Republican Senate candidates who said some comments about women and abortion. A couple things that created a lot of attention. And you saw the other side very quickly jump on it and say, look what you said, retweet, or send money, tell your friends. And they were silent. You need to get out, you need to explain your remarks. This is what I meant to say, this is what I mean. And I think it's all about real time.
El tiempo real también es un problema muchas veces para políticos. Lo que observamos hace poco tiempo acá en Argentina con un intendente que decía estar en una inundación socorriendo a la gente que en realidad estaba de vacaciones. Y suelen ocurrir ese tipo de errores. ¿Cómo hay que manejar ese tiempo real?
Authenticity is very important. Telling the truth is very important. What Twitter allows is, now there are tens of millions of journalists, everybody with a camera in their pocket. And so if you're on vacation and somebody takes a picture of you on vacation and tweets it out, you better make sure that you are telling the truth. And there was a great story in America about our governor who said he was hiking in the Appalachians. That's right, he wasn't in the Appalachians, he was here with his new wife. Now, it's in this day and age, with everybody empowered with Twitter on a smartphone, it's more important to be genuine. So I think that is a great example of how you need to know truth forward. And he should have, perhaps he should have said, terrible news, I'm on my way home. Next time.
Would you suggest that politicians tweet, or that it's in charge of his
Staff member. We recommend a little bit of both. I think the politicians should certainly send out some, if not all, tweets to get that personal opinion. But with Obama, what he does is he will initial them. So if it's a tweet from Obama, he'll say BO or MO. Otherwise, you know it's a staff. So it depends on how much time they have. Some members of Congress love it. They tweet themselves 100% of the time. Some it's on the other side. I think it should be a mix.
¿Cómo se evalúa el tono de la discusión en un hashtag promovido, ¿no? Como puede ser, por ejemplo, la reforma migratoria? Porque puedes tener mucho tráfico, pero estar en contra de esa propuesta de Obama.
Excellent question. So there are some tools available, third-party tools. We've used Crimson Hexagon, Topsy, there are any more. And so they run sentiment analysis, which is pretty good. You know, you would look for buzzwords, I support it, or I don't support it, and you're able to measure it within a margin of error. We did this during the campaign where Twitter works with some pollsters and Topsy, and we measured sentiment for tweets about Obama and tweets about Romney. And if you put it on a graph with the polls, it's pretty close. So we're able to measure sentiment. I would say it's still a work in progress. But it's important.
What can you tell us about prime time, or what is the moment, I don't know, at least in the US, to send a tweet? Of course, not when people are sleeping, but in the morning and the afternoon.
That's a good question. I haven't seen our own studies. I've seen third-party studies. Part of it is people checking in the morning. People do look at it during the day. I think use it for their work.
Yeah.
And then we really start to peak though during prime time television, because it really is a close reflection of what's happening. Increasingly, in fact we say 95% of the public conversation online about TV is on Twitter. So that's a big chance to get it. And we've seen some interesting political, there's a show in the U.S. called The Walking Dead. And so there's a Republican organization that likes to pretend that Congress is The Walking Dead. So whenever people are tweeting about The Walking Dead, they tweet about your member of Congress is a zombie. So it's
Lo que sí está bueno es sobre cómo el tweet lo que te permite obviamente es tener un alcance 100% a tu público target, porque se queda ahí el tweet, no desaparece, no mueve en el timeline hasta que uno lo vea. Así que eso un poco, dado que a veces esto que la gente entra y mira cuando uno quiera, asegure que realmente tienes el placement y la visibilidad que uno necesite.
So you can find these cultural moments. Sometimes they're not even political, fun to jump on.
Sí. Acá se da una especie de fenómeno que es que hay como una suerte de ejército militante a través de Twitter que no está identificado necesariamente con a ver, de una manera, digamos, parecen como cuentas que no están definidas bien, sino son militantes, son personas que, bueno, que están a favor, que están de acuerdo con el gobierno. Toda esa militancia obviamente le es positiva al gobierno. En vista a la campaña, a las elecciones, ¿cómo puede ser la oposición para captar la juventud a través de Twitter? Digo, no contrarrestando, sino cómo puede hacer para sumar.
Sure. I think that's what's... Yeah, sure. I think there's always going to be, it's a neutral platform. So you can have positive discussion and negative discussion. But I think the great power of Twitter is that it allows every voice in the conversation. If the only medium we have is television, only the party with the most money would be able to speak. With Twitter, everybody can have a voice. And there's no filter. So the party can speak directly to the people without having to go through the media. Reporters. The reporters obviously are on the platform and are putting up content. There's an opportunity for that direct engagement. So I think in that situation, we hope that Twitter will play a great role in allowing more people to participate in the conversation.
¿Cuáles son las ventajas de Twitter como herramienta de propaganda electoral en comparación con Facebook, que acá en Argentina tiene una penetración del 50% de la población real del país, unos 20 millones, 21 millones de usuarios?
Sure. I think that's a good question. I think that Twitter has a couple different things that make it so powerful. I would say the first is our influential users, reporters, analysts, TV personalities, elected officials. It's the network that you're on at work when you're talking about politics. I think two is our power on mobile. Twitter was born on mobile. That's why it's 140 characters, because SMS was only 160, 20 for your username, 140 the content. Increasingly, our users are just on mobile, and that's even more so the case outside of the United States. And then I think the third piece is this incredible high engagement rate. So again, a banner ad on the internet is going to get 0.05, 0.07% click-through rate. Orders of magnitude higher, 1, 2, 3, 15% engagement. So you've got an influential audience, they're mobile, and you've also got this high engagement. And then I'd say the fourth piece would be this interaction with television. Breaking news happens on television, events are covered on television, and then people are tweeting about them on their devices.
May I ask you what was the meeting about?
We've met with a number of different political parties and officials and candidates, all presenting the information you saw, so offering best practices on how candidates use the platform.
We've met with parties at all levels.
We saw examples of this of Obama asking for a retreat. Is that okay? You suggest doing it, I don't know, all the time, maybe taking care of it?
Yeah, you don't want to abuse it,
Yeah.
but we do see statistically, if you ask for a retweet, more people retweet. And in fact, if you spell it out, R-E-T-W-E-T, even more people. So maybe some people don't know what RT is. We don't know why, but so I think you want to do it to show some sort of momentum. Retweet if you agree with this. Retweet if you're excited to watch this TV show tonight or for the game. And they were using the same way. Retweet if you support real information. And Obama's been amazing at this, where he will announce a hashtag in a speech. He said email or Twitter or tweet your congressperson and say hashtag don't double my rates about student loan rates. So you had students tweeting their member of Congress saying hashtag don't double my rates. So he's been very good at that, engaging conversation. So like anything, you don't want to overuse it. People say the thing about reporters. How many of your tweets should be your article versus your colleagues' articles? I'm sure there's a science there, but you'll figure out the right.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias
Bueno, muy bien.
por estar con nosotros hoy.
Esto